Sweet. I can't believe I have to watch an ad. I have to resubscribe to you so I don't get ads. Yeah, if you do run the ads in the beginning, though, it leads to. Oh, I'm actually hearing myself on stream. How weird. Is it somewhere else? Never can. That happened to me the other day on 228. I thought I had just the music running, but instead I had. Hey, hello. I'm here. Hey, it is slime time. I have to move the stream so I can read comments. There we go. Hey, everyone. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Tonight I'm taking over Barely's stream. My guest is Barely. That's why you can't hear Barely.
Just barely hear me. Can you hear me now? Yeah, you can. Yeah, I can't get everything right. It would just be too easy if I clicked all the buttons and all the things, right? I got 90% of the way there.
Yeah. Well, it always happens. It wouldn't be a
Yeah.
live stream if something didn't break.
Right? So, well, hey everyone, thanks for coming and hanging out again this week. See who we got. OG, Oliver Gordon, Cutie Beck, Dongle, what's up, Clint, Shane. A little louder wouldn't hurt. A little louder now. All right. A lot for both of us or just me?
It sounded like I was pretty loud when I was listening to the audio stream.
Okay. Maybe it's interesting. Maybe that's the way it's just coming through. Just me. I'll get a little closer to the mic and see if that helps. Who'd I miss? Anybody? He-Man, what's going on?
Hey, everyone.
What's going
Gold
on?
Dongle, I'm doing well.
All right.
I'm excited to show everyone really what I've done. I know I have it on stream showing fully a second, so if you were good at looking, you could have seen what I have.
Yeah, that's what we got. You know, Bean's always welcome to come hang out, but a couple weeks ago, before she sent me my molds for the Scooties, we chatted and thought it would be cool if she kept a couple to do some customs on, and she's been working on putting her flair on a couple of Scooties, and thought it'd be fun to just have her come hang out. She's probably going to be painting on them tonight, working on those. Depending on how far she gets, maybe we'll make them available, or maybe she'll have to come back another time, or she can drop them on her stream. We're just kind of
We can figure it
flexible.
out.
Yeah, flexible in that way, but just thought it'd be fun to have her here and just hang out. And audio is the devil, Clint says. I love
It is the devil.
Justin's got a mix there of emotes. I like it.
I appreciate all the people who subscribe to my channel and use the emotes elsewhere. Whenever I see that they're being used in other channels, I'm always super excited because it means slime time's moving around.
Yeah.
As it should. It should just sludge across the entire earth until there's slime everywhere.
Just slime the earth.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like the Sherman-Williams paint can logo.
Yeah.
But just a bean slime. I should make that
a sticker. That needs to be. I was gonna say, if that's not a sticker, it needs to be.
No, I should rip that logo and make it into a sticker. Oh, I should put in my support, so I'm not shaking the table all night.
There you go. Cool. Well, so tonight, besides Bean doing some customizing and working on that, and just chatting, and hope y'all can shoot questions. Bean's a wealth of knowledge regarding toys in general and mold making and things, and not to hijack her time and talk all about molds, but while we have her here, might as well take advantage. Hey, thank you for the resubscribe. Subscribe with Prime, taking Bezos's money, as Bean said the other night on 228. So if any of you missed 228 the other night, I had the privilege of hanging out there with Bean and Alex, Playful Gorilla, and Ryan B. Soto, and we drew for 5 hours. And that was a blast. I'll show these here. Anybody who hasn't seen them on my IG. So 228 Tuesday, just give a little plug to that, is people can submit topics. Say what?
I lost my paints. One second. Keep talking. Yeah. I will go find my paints.
But 228 Tuesday, people can submit topics through a form all during the week. And on Tuesday, Alex or Playful Gorilla and Bean are online and usually have 2 guests join. This was the 3rd week of it. And they'll pull a topic at random, and all 4 artists will draw on a 228 label. Where did I put my labels? I know I had more. Did I lose them all? Probably dropped them somewhere. And I'll have to go.
I had them not 20 minutes ago.
Here we go.
In a little box, and somehow I've misplaced them. Hey, yes, that's a 228 label.
So these 228 labels, and we take a blank one and we draw whatever topic came up, and try to incorporate our own character into it if it's something that, like, if we have our own characters or what have you. I know Ryan doesn't necessarily, so he just did a bunch of really cool art on the topic, so it was fun. But the first topic we had was killer robots, and I got my killer robot, and those of you who have been following me for a while know that we did a pin of Krang, barely as the kind of the android suit that Krang wears. So that was my killer robots. Then somebody submitted.
Doesn't make any sense. Oh, there they are. Oh my gosh.
They're above your head.
I put them above my head.
Banana bar crawl, which I guess is a thing in Portland, being said.
It's at least a thing in Portland. It may be a thing further, but my old roommate is into fruit. I'll just leave it there. But
there you go.
Big fruit, like dressing up as fruit and going around as fruit, and that was their submission.
Yeah. So the banana bar crawl, then Top Gun. So this is one of my favorite scenes from the original Top Gun, redone with a couple of Bareleys on there. What else? Candyland. I interpreted Candyland as Willy Wonka and some bear palumpas, as we coined the phrase. So that was pretty fun.
I like the Candyland topic quite a bit.
Yeah. And then the last one from our very own Deebles, who's often seen here in the chat, it said your character as a minion. So there is Barely as a minion. Hey, there's Deebles.
Hey, people. Thanks again for everyone that did come from Barely's stream and checked out the 228 Tuesday.
That was a blast.
We do it every Tuesday. And Barely's definitely going to come fill in some spots later on because it was an absolute blast having him on.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and typically you do 4 topics, but I think we had, oh, hey, thanks for resubscribing, Paul. Appreciate it. Usually you do 4 topics, but we were just having too much fun to call it a night, so we pulled a 5th, right?
And, yeah. We normally it's 4, and I can't ever say that we're normally going to do 5 because that was, I think, I asked every single person. We were all in the mood to keep drawing, so
yeah.
We pulled a 5th one, but yeah, we run them on a lottery wheel. I can get the link if that's okay, Barely, and drop it in the
absolutely
chat.
Go right ahead.
So there is a Google form we use for the show, and that Google form, you can submit at any point up to 2 topics. And wait, let me get the share link.
Oh, I love this closed captioning. It said you can submit 2 toppings, which I think that's great too.
2 toppings. Yeah, you could submit 2 toppings.
That could be a topic.
No, you can submit 2 topics, and then it goes onto the lottery wheel, and it will live there until it's chosen. So you come back each week and see if your topic is chosen on the lottery wheel.
And basically,
and then we'll always get to it.
Yeah, and then what it is too, though, it's you put the topic, but what you're doing in doing that is agreeing that if your topic's pulled, you're on the hook for $40, correct? As someone who puts a submission in, and what that does is basically buys you 4 original pieces of art for $40, right?
Yeah. So for $40, it gets you 4 original pieces of art made from your topic. 1 from each of the artists we have on. So 1 from me, 1 from Playful. Last week it would have been 1 from Barely and Ryan B. Soto.
Yeah.
So next week we have Wicked West and Jesse Lame on. So it'll be from me, Playful, Wicked West, and Jesse Lame.
Very cool. Yeah, and $40 for 4 original drawings on a topic you picked. That's pretty sweet deal. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, tonight, like I said, Bean's going to be painting and chatting.
I found the paints.
All right. See, that's always a plus when you find your paints, if your plans to paint. And then what I'm going to do tonight is we'll have a couple pieces that we'll put up tonight while we chat, and I have some fun stuff to share that I got in the mail this week. That we've been talking about the kaiju for the last couple weeks and progress on those, and now I have something in hand to show. So, but first, let's show. So this is one of the Barely Bones. This one's black and gray, double cast. This one is I'm gonna say the magic word, Dongle. It's glow in the dark. With it's like a greenish glow and black. Let's see if I can find that. My little UV light. This one's starting to short out a bunch, so I might need to get a new one soon. Yeah, as usual, it's hard to see the glow on here, but it definitely
still glows
though. Yeah. And then a kind of pink and blue swirl with black wash, double cast. So those 3 will be available tonight. And also, I got around to painting this one this week, and it's a mix of a couple of different styles I've done over time. So it's got that.
I love that head.
That golden. I think it's called Aztec gold, is what they're calling that mica powder, and it's kind of got that black wash over the shoes and the sweatshirt, and then solid black paint on the pants. That was a fun one to do. So that'll go up tonight too. Let me see. I want to say what color it is for sure. So I remember. Yeah, Aztec gold. Looks like a coppery, orangey color to me too. But anyway.
There, I took off the mask.
Hey.
On the eyeball.
Oh, you can see the eyeball now. That's fun.
So it does have a, this one's a blue iris.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of hard to see because I'm trying to pull out all the clay masking that I put in.
Yeah. So do you usually mask with just putting clay over it and then you have to scrape it out later? Or do you tape?
Yeah, I typically use chiffon clay because the paint will still dry on it. Whereas if you use like a polymer clay, the oils from the polymer clay will leak into the paint and it will never dry.
Oh.
So when you try to pull it back off, it can like stick back onto the figure.
That makes sense. That's no fun. Oh, let's see what I miss here. Glow, glow. Yes, yes. Yeah, Sarah, we just showed all of the... What was that noise? Maybe it's just me.
Hear it.
Might have been something at my house that made a noise that I thought was on the stream. But there's 3... we've got 3 double cast minis and a Scooty, and then I'll have some show and tell. So let's start out with doing the minis, and what we'll do, I think, since it's 3 of the same style, we'll do winner's choice. No, these minis are we've been doing them for 55 plus 6 shipping, and then the Scooty would be 65 plus 6 shipping. But we'll start with the 3 minis, and we'll get our lottery going here, and I will run it for 3 minutes, and y'all know the drill. It's live. Exclamation, show me the lottery. If your name is drawn, then you'll have the right to say yes or pass. And if you pass, no harm, no foul. I get changing your mind. And then what we'll probably do is after the winner goes, we'll run another one in case the one somebody wanted was taken. And we've got time. We're not in a rush. So we'll run another one afterwards. But if you have to at least be following to enter, which looking at everyone who's in here, you all know the drill. But just in case someone's lurking and I missed seeing their name, you've got to be following to enter, and you get a free ticket for entry. And if you're subscribed, you get some bonus tickets. So
there you go. Add white first.
So this week, I got in the mail. I've been showing, now for quite a while, showing off the blanks for this. Come the right way. The 6-inch vinyls. It's a 2-piece mold. Gets cleaned up and then glued together to have the final figure. So we've been showing these for a little while, and that was the sample I got to approve it. So when I approved it, then they made paint masks and did all kinds of fun stuff. And so this week in the mail, I started getting some of the colorways. Paul at Mile High, who's been wonderful to work with, is starting to ship me some figures as he gets them done. That way I can start working on painting and just starting to prep for decon and deciding what I want to do. When the pieces come, and I meant to leave one untrimmed so I could show you all, but I forgot. So I'll have to do it at a later date. I was too anxious, and I did all the trimming. So I already trimmed off all the extra flash on the sides on these. So here's one of the first colorways we're going to do. We'll have teal vinyl, and then I'll paint it. And when the painting comes in, I've been talking a lot to you all about the masks, but not really been able to show them. I now have a box full of masks and loud noises. So here's one of my favorite masks from the set, because it comes on a nice handy clamp. And what this one in particular does is place that in there. and close it up. And we've got the ability to paint just the fins along the back. And it protects everything else.
That looks so good.
Paint the fins, and then there we go. So that's pretty fun. That's one of the molds. Each one of the, these, just the teeth for the bottom. This goes over the teeth there. Then you can spray the teeth the color you want the teeth to be. And there's 12 different masks. One for each eye. There's each arm on the body. I won't go through all of the masks because that's not entertaining, but you can see just to paint the hand if I want to, because I called out to the factory the different pieces I wanted to be able to paint different colors, and so they made masks for each one. And it's so funny how just immaculate their lines are around the spot that you want to paint, but then all the rest of it is so just like haphazard and rough. This, I believe these are copper.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's pretty cool. First, I was looking for one other one that I thought was fun. Is what's a hand? Just this one big old belly mask here for this guy. That's fun.
I love those masks.
Yeah.
I want to get a couple made, but they're so it's so like, okay, you have to know what you're gonna do for your colorway and take a lot of time in the planning process.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was quite a bit for you to be like, what is the exact like split lines I want for all of these colors?
Yeah, it was nice having the 3D model, and I broke apart the 3D model and then color coded each section of the model, and then I sent them turnaround so they could see every place I wanted to paint color was a different color in the render that I sent them, so they could just kind of match it up and see what they needed. And then it's interesting because of the shape and how they want the stuff to lay over the eye and get the best seal on the eye. I would have thought there would have been one mask to do both eyes, but there's just one mask for each eye. So
you can lay it on top.
Yeah, and it gets,
hide it all. Yeah.
Yep, it gets nice and crisp lines. So
how often do you? I know you haven't sprayed much with it yet. Mm-hmm. How often do you think you're gonna have to clean it with like paint cleaner and everything?
Yeah, I asked Paul, and he said, especially if I'm doing like a run of say like 5 or 10 pieces, like doing a micro run, then just do that run and then clean it up after that run of 5 or 10. So I would imagine if I started going like 15, I'd probably have to maybe clean it after the first 10.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're gonna have the liquid running underneath the lip, and you won't keep your crisp line anymore and everything.
Yeah, you'll get all that.
That's still cool. It's better than like I've done 3D printed masks before when I needed to do it on a flat surface, and that was every about 5. I would have to go in and clean it down and clean it off.
Yeah, it could be where he said 5 or 10, so it could end up being every 5, just depending on how the paints dry and how they are and how thick I'm having to lay them on. So
yeah,
but so that being the case, I got a sample in. I know I've been talking to y'all about possibly doing an exclusive with a shop, so I won't show that one, but I did get the vinyl in for it so that I can send it to the shop and see if they want to do our first Kaiju exclusive vinyl. And but when Paul originally sent me my samples, he sent me 2 white blanks, so I couldn't wait to test the masks. And I painted my first Kaiju last night with the masks. But before I do that, let's go ahead and pull our first lottery name.
Show me the lottery.
Show me. And our winner is Golden Dongle. Which one of these, assuming you want one, which one are you picking? The glow in the dark. Hands down, he's picking glow in the dark.
Your Golden Dongle well.
Yeah. He said, if it glows, it goes home, is what he says. All right. The glow in the dark one is going to Golden Dongle. Thank you, sir, for this support. I appreciate it. And the glow in the home.
Congrats, Golden Dongle.
All right. Well, let's go ahead, and in case anybody was hoping for that glow one and now there's not one they want, we'll go ahead and run a second one. So we've got the black and gray figure left, and then the blue and pink marbled one with the black. And those are our two minis that we have left. So let's go ahead and run that if anyone is interested in those. And so the reason I had pink and black marbled left to do bones with is because I was telling Bean before we started the stream that my oldest wanted to make his own Scooty, and those were his colors he picked for his. So we have his nice. I know we've already done one that somebody, I forget who has it, but he really was like, I want, he calls it his galaxy colors, and so pink and blue, kind of cotton candy-ish. So there's his figure, which also led to a little bit of a dump mold Grinkle.
That looks cool.
That is gold and pink and blue and clear. So there's that. But yeah, so I painted my first kaiju last night using the paint masks, and here they are.
Looks so good.
Thanks. I mean, I'm really excited. I mean, that I was worried about around the mouth and the eyes and stuff, and that came out so crisp. Those lines. And
it came out so good.
So fancy. And then being able to block off the spines well, I was able to do a color fade on the spines. So there's like a purple.
Yeah, I remember when I painted that custom that I sent you as a gift. The spines were definitely one of the harder parts to like get that perfect cut line.
Oh yeah.
All the way around, all even.
Yeah, I mean, you can see here if the camera will be friendly. I mean, that's nice and crisp all along the back.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy cool.
Yeah. So that is the very first kaiju. Oh, and I should glue the head on because the head just fell off. Let's see. Did we get any nicks and bumps? Hope not. So this first one, I haven't gone through and bought all my necessary vinyl paints that I'm going to need to be painting these. So this first one was just done with acrylic paint. So, yeah, it'll probably be a very one of a kind piece. Yeah. For the lottery, Joel, it will be a winner's choice between these two barely dead bones minis, 55 each plus 6 shipping, black and gray, and then this one's got blue and pink with the black wash on it. There was a glow one, but that was picked up in the first round. Sounds like I'm running a draft. Picked up in the first round by Golden Dongle.
First round pick.
Raffle's over. Sorry, you missed it. Missed it by that much. That's a great question, Justin. Is it worth more if it took me longer to paint? Just kidding.
No.
I told Bean if it was about 20 minutes is about. So I would say, yeah.
It's worth the same amount.
20 to.
Oh my gosh, that's a loud noise.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
You still had to take all the time designing and going back and forth with the factory and all of the back end. Like all of that time is why it takes you only 20 minutes now to paint it.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I would say my mind, and this is what my wife always teases me about. My mind tells me it took 20 minutes. It probably took like 30, but so somewhere in that window of 20 to 30 minutes is where it was. But let's go ahead and pull our winner for this next one. Deebles coming out on top.
Hey, Deebles.
Do you want one of these figures? the gray and black or pink and blue with black wash. Let's see. I feel like I had something else too that I'm missing, and I don't know. And if you all, the black and gray, I'll show it up there again. Whoa. Is this the one you're wanting? The black and gray? There isn't a black and white tonight. There's some thinking that's the one you're talking about. Speaking of these double cast figures, Brass Octopus is usually here. One of the ones she won and purchased a couple weeks ago, she put up in our Facebook group. If you aren't a part of that group, it's Barely Collecting. Awesome. Thanks, Deebles. We'll get you down for that one. The black and gray. But Brass Octopus put up in our Barely Collecting Facebook group that she's looking to trade. If anybody has some figures, she wants to trade for some other Barely items. I think she specifically listed Bubs figures and Scooties, but was open to other discussions, Barely items. So if you have something you would want to trade for, it was from a few weeks ago where the bones were entirely white, and then it was in clear resin that had like a slight blue tint, so it looked like it was like bleached out bones in ice. So I think we even called it ice, that figure. But anyway, that crossed my mind. So we'll get that black and gray one, icy one. Yep, that's right, Shane. And let's go ahead and run our last one of these figures. And it's the pink and blue with the black wash. And let's check in with Bean. How's the paint job going? You're painting so fast. I just can't paint that fast.
So, here, I'll talk through what the two figures are.
Yeah, please do.
So what I went ahead and did is I kind of left the main body untouched, besides adding some drips that have fallen off the face.
Awesome.
But other than that, I have made it so that the skull is actually like a robot head. So it'll be like a little floating copper, or what do you call that? Chromed robot head.
Nice.
And then the face mask is the bean slime oozing out of the inside of the robot.
I love that you got your signature eyeball in there.
Yeah, got the eyeball, cool. And then I'm doing the signature colorway, so teal, lime green, and purple.
Nice.
And this one will be purple slime and teal and green. The next one will be a teal slime, green hoodie, and purple pants.
That's awesome.
So I'll use the colorway, but flip it around. Because I do have two of them.
Very cool. It's kind of the mold maker's privilege.
It kind of is. Yeah. I often don't do it, so I'm trying to more often ask my clients if I can cast one or two for myself, so I can eventually customize them. Because in the past, to be honest, I have almost never taken a toy of my own out of any of the projects that I've done.
Yeah. Well, there's a number of times where you've sent me the molds and you're like, crap, I didn't cast one for myself. And I know I've sent you back stuff, or the next time I've sent something to you, I might have thrown something in. But yeah, it's will be a good habit to get into, collecting some for yourself.
Yeah, I'm bad at it. Or sometimes I just feel like people would be mad that I'm making them for myself when it's their figure and their design. And I know that's probably not the reality, but that's where my brain goes.
Yeah. I mean, if you were making them and selling them out the back door, that would be an issue.
That's a totally different story.
But if you're just making them to keep for yourself, or like you did with me, you said, hey, can I keep a couple, customize them, and then we can, put them up for sale, right?
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly legit and definitely something you should ask. Yes, Dongle, I can. Who doesn't like
What did
slime dripping off their head?
Slender?
Dongle wanted to see this Aztec gold labeled color.
That one looks so good.
Thanks. So that's what they call Aztec gold. I bought this little set of mica powders because there was a number I wanted to try, and they had these interesting names. So there's Aztec gold, antique copper, antique silver, bright yellow, flamingo pink, spring green, turquoise, true blue, misty lavender, blue russet, which I always think of a russet as a potato, but whatever. Solar gold, and then one called Duo Violet Brass, which I want to do.
Ooh, what does that look like?
It's
Can
like
you hold that one up?
Yeah, let me try to get it out of here. It looks like it's supposed to be a kind of like a color shift where when you rotate it, maybe it changes color. This one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on here. If I can get my big hands in there.
Okay, so it shifts kind of red purpley copper to just purple copper,
Yeah,
or
so
purple
you can,
metallic.
as I'm tipping it back and forth, I think you can catch some of the like copper
Yeah,
highlights and
and
stuff.
then it goes back to purple metallic.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, so that'll be fun to do something with. Yeah, so I saw this set. It was normally like $34, and they had it on sale for $24. So I was like, well, $10 off. I'll go for it. And then I can try a number of things. And those mica powders, I mean, when you're mixing them into the clear resin, it doesn't take a ton.
Oh no, it spreads pretty well.
Yeah, like I just put kind of the end of a little popsicle stick worth in this mold, and it's so solid. Come on.
Yeah, it looks so good.
And it just
Sometimes I like when you can get it a little less solid.
If
So
you
it
can
has
get like a
small
swirl.
amount of light transflu, but that one's really hard to get with mica powders.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the difference of like a half of the tip of a popsicle stick.
Yeah.
It'll go clear or completely solid. It's hard to nail.
Oh, cool. Oh, Willow Bard, you have that set. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that color comes out. That russet blue or blue russet. Well, our timer went down to 0, but it did not say it's closed. So let's. Oh, weird.
Close it up.
Yeah, but that's weird. It says you can no longer enter. It just didn't happen here in Streamlabs. So let's see what happens over here when I try to pick something. It's delaying and lagging, so we'll see. So normally on Thursdays, Bean's been doing a custom toy or toy customizing like on Thursdays. Do you have an official name for it, Bean?
No, it's just like Thursday customizing or toy custom Thursday or whatever you want to call it. Any combination of those words.
Hey, Brass Octopus, thanks for subscribing or resubscribing. We were talking about you recently and that you put up a figure in the Barely Collecting group if anybody's interested in a trade. So let's pick our winner for this one. And PDZ, Polly, it's you. Do you want this last double cast, the pink and blue with black wash? It did say you, absolutely. He was trying to get that in there before I pulled the name, but it is you. You must be on that delay. That's cool. It's those colors are so cool on that figure, and it's neat how when you start painting it, you know, it's like it comes together as like, oh, it's wearing clothes, you know.
Yeah, it kind of is just a blob before anytime you go blank.
Yeah.
And then you start separating out those few layers that are in the sculpt.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there's those lines.
Yeah.
Especially when you painted that army green. Army green just hides all the detail.
Yeah. Well, then I forget, like when I was messing with one the other day, like, oh yeah, it has socks. Like I can get in there and even paint the socks if I wanted to paint the socks. You know,
get them all
it's
white.
Like, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, do I need to paint the laces again? Trying to pull straight lines and not make a mess. All right. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. We got you down. So our last piece that we have for the night. Well, first I was asking you, saying that you normally on Thursdays are doing a custom toy stream. Are you going to do any more tonight after we're done here in about 20 minutes, or is this it for the night for you?
I will probably call it here tonight unless people would want to, but I was kind of just doing this for today.
Sweet.
And moving the stream over here. So
awesome. Cool. I just wanted to make sure if you were going to do more that we shouted it out and let people know. And gave us time to try to get you a raid over there, have people transfer.
I haven't set it all up. I was kind of busy today, so yeah. I was kind of like, I'll just do the barely thing and show up there. But we can, if you want to, next week, to go ahead and like give these or auction these off on your stream. I can come back next week on Thursday, and then I will do the customs after that.
Sweet. Yeah, let's talk about it and see about getting that going for next week.
Sweet. Yeah, if anyone's interested, these ones will be available next week on Barely Stream.
Yeah, the Bean Slime Scooties. That'll be fun. The Robo Slimes.
Robo Slimes, yeah. Robo Scooty.
There you go. Awesome. So the last piece we have for tonight is this Scooty. Speaking of Scooties, it's the black and white wash over the most of the clothes and sweatshirt and shoes, and then the pants are painted solid black, and then he's got that Aztec gold dome. So and then since this is a different figure style, anybody who won one of the double casts is back in the running if they're interested in this one as well. This is $65 plus 6 shipping, and we will do the same 3 minutes on the clock. And away we go.
Good luck, everyone.
Best of luck. Oh, what would I missed something here. Ooh, a Freddy zombie soda. Nice. Baby. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Willowbard. Never expected, always appreciated. I'm trying to decide if I'll show you all my new other little figure I've been working on the last couple days. I forgot this guy. I got some magnets in the mail so I can. Right now he's not going to stick together because, well, his legs might stay on without magnets. But let's got his legs. Let's get his arms going.
Is it your old figure that you're bringing back to life?
Yeah, that dragger.
Yeah.
I talked to Bean about this one a long time ago, and kind of left him on the shelf. I originally had printed him in 2016 on a filament printer, so he's been around a little while. I've never really done anything with him, but I was trying to do something maybe a little different or interesting. So
that's a sweet figure.
My face would not mess up the camera. Here, that. There you go. So the legs and the arms come off. I want to make it, maybe a blank for customizing. Give myself more options to customize and paint them. That whole big giant face is a empty canvas, but also, maybe other artists too might want to do something with them, so it'll be fun. But
I love the design.
Thanks. Jake from Adventure Time, I like it. I'll take it. I felt I was gonna make him a little bit bigger at first, but I feel like this is a good size. He's about 3.5 inches tall, I want to say, maybe just 3 inches. There's knuckles there dragging on the ground, but the arms and stuff come out. It's like you could reposition him. Oh, he's just right at 3 inches tall. So the same size as the mini bearlies that are standing. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes and what kind of different ideas come about and how I can start producing some of these. But even his legs are off right now, but it's rotating around his arms, raise that little fist in the air.
Well, here, barely. I'm pretty close on this one. Obviously, I have some details. If the chat wanted, I can probably we could auction this off today if they understand that I would finish it up off stream and send it to them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up for
if
that.
we want to do one time and one the other.
Yeah, that works for me.
Because the other head, obviously, I had to do some repair work too, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do this later. The paint did something weird on this one, so I'm gonna have to strip it back down.
Sure. We can after this. Well, this timer went off on this Scooty. Oh, 3 entries, even amounts of tickets per entry. Let's see who we get. Brass Octopus coming in hot. And I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. That is the downside of having all your devices connected.
No worries.
Brass Octopus, let us know if you want it. Woo. Okay. So I'm guessing woot for Scooty. You could mean, my first chance to deny buying one. But if you want this one, give me a yes or a thumbs up or something. But it sounds like you're on board. She some crying, laughing faces. She's like, "Oh, he got my joke." We'll say no thanks. And then we can talk about doing this auction for those of you that might be interested in the what are we gonna call it? Robo Slime Scooty?
Yeah, we can call it Robo Slime Scooty.
Yeah, so a chrome robot head with a slime oozing out. All right, thank you, Sabrina. All right, so I don't think I've ever done an auction. So do we just want to put a timer on the clock and let people throw out bids?
Just put it. I'm not really sure what to price it at, so I'm just having fun customizing the figure.
So usually, the ones that I've been doing that are blanks have been 45, and ones that have some customizing or painting done to them have been between 65 and 85. So this one's got a lot of customization to it. It is truly unique, and I don't think some of the ones that I feel like this one I did tonight where it's the black wash, that would be pretty easy for me to do another one, so I would do it at 65. But this one, like yours being, I would start at 85 and let people go up from there.
Okay. That works for me.
That'd be my base. Like I wouldn't go for less than that because that's so like something like that. If I was selling, I would do I would just do 85 on the stream.
Yeah, let's do that.
But if you want to go for more, we can start it at a higher price too. That's up to you.
No, let's go 85 and then leave it as a short auction. We don't need to string it out or anything.
Okay. So
I don't want to keep you here all night.
No, we'll do 5 minutes on the clock, and you'll have to I will put this timer here on my phone for 5 minutes, and we'll go by the phone. And I will type done in the chat when the phone goes off because I know sometimes there's delay. So here's the phone. I'll hit start, and we've got 5 minutes. Backwards 5 minutes.
Perfect.
So
thank you.
Justin's got 85 on it. So start first bid is Justin. And
thank you, Justin.
And plus buyer pays shipping. And Clint's going to be our auctioneer.
Thank you,
Um,
Clint.
but yeah, and then we'll have next week another one, but it's a different colorway and similar style. But who knows where the winds will take you during this next week, and what adventures you might unleash on the next custom. But
Yeah,
yeah,
well, since I have to strip down the whole head again, I may add a little bit more to it.
one more detail.
So since the paint got all screwed up, I may add some more like robotic paneling to it.
Very reminiscent of the Darth Vader chest plate.
Yes.
But anytime you see light up robot squares, how do you not think of Darth Vader?
No, it's basic. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it was subconscious.
Awesome. So, what do you got going on in the near future, Bean? Where I know people can follow you on Instagram. You're on Twitch.
Um, yeah, Instagram, Twitch. I've started a Patreon, which is
Oh yeah.
for people who want to like collect my toys and get early access to said drops. And then there's a whole other side of it that is like toy making classes and toy like mold making classes and things like that that I will be posting. So some of them will be videos, and then once a month or twice a month, depending if the class gets big enough, we will have a live stream class for the patrons to come on and like ask direct questions and like learn with me in a Discord video chat. Um, so that I can help more people than I can in my physical studio
Yeah.
to like kickstart and start making toys.
And they'll be able to go back and like replay
Yeah,
the classes, right? And they can
yeah,
also, depending on the tier level, they can get one-on-one access to you, right?
yeah. There is. I limit that to 4 people a month,
Yeah.
but there are 4 one-on-one classes I do. So if you have, and that's a class more as in you have a toy you already want to make, but you want someone to help you advise you through the process of mold making and like what the best process would be, that's $100, and I'll sit down for 2 to 4 hours, depending on how long it takes, to help you make your like figure moldable, so that
Yeah.
you're not paying me, and you could do it on your own, but maybe you're nervous that you're going to do it wrong, and then you've spent more money than it would have cost to come to me redoing your mold multiple times.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the in between where you can have me advise, but you're not spending the money to get me to do it, and you're not risking having multiple failures in the process of learning how to do it.
That's great. That's a great opportunity for people who are wanting to learn how to mold make and get into doing it themselves. Um, so if you have that link, feel free to post that Patreon link, but they can
I
get it
wonder
off
how.
of your Instagram as well, correct?
Yeah, they can get it off my Instagram.
Cool. And currently, $85 is our highest bid for this one-off Robo Slime Skitty done by the ever talented Bean Largent. Um, and I think Justin, you are in the lead at 85. Do you have any? Are you doing any cons? You're trying to come down to a certain con this year, I hear.
I'm trying to come down to Designer Con.
Yeah, I've been trying to
Yeah,
convince you to do that for a couple of years. So I'm glad you're gonna be able to do it this year.
not necessarily be able to. I'm trying to. Financially, it's not possible right now, but I'm trying to
Yeah,
do enough like fundraising and selling this
yeah.
summer to be able to pay for it.
I'm
Because
trying to
I've been
think
in the toy
positive.
scene for 6 years. Oh, I'm positive.
No, I'm
I've been
me,
in the
me.
toy
I'm
year.
speaking. I'm speaking positivity. I will see you there.
Yes. But yeah, I've been in it for 6 years, and the fact that I've only met 2 people from the toy scene in person is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So
I'm just like my lone self out in the West Coast, hiding all the time. I can't seem to find my actual link for my Patreon, but let me just go to my Instagram and link it from there.
oh, there we go. So
Oh,
Justin gets it for $85 plus
thank you so
shipping.
much, Justin.
Congratulations, Justin.
I
Uh,
really appreciate it. I will basically all that's left is just doing a couple second coats adding a little bit of shading, and then adding the purple slime to the hoodie. I guess in adding the color to the robotic squares there.
Sweet. That'll be awesome. I love what? So are you using golden, those paints?
Yeah, this is the golden like fluid acrylic.
Okay. They just look
And then I
laid
also
down really
use,
nice.
yeah, and then I use golden, the airbrush, like high flow. So
How
those are
many?
the two. I'll mix them together.
Oh, okay. So it's the same tone or same color, but the air, like you'll mix it together, or is it
Or I'll just I can sometimes. I have multiple colors of like both medium, but usually
nice?
I just buy one of the other. I'll use high flow with a brush and it works just fine. It takes one more coat than just the fluid acrylic would take,
Okay.
just because it's a little heavier body. But this is
Okay.
still nice and like
Nice.
easy to push around, I guess. You're not going
Yeah.
to get as many brush strokes and brush lines.
Nice.
It lays down really nice and flat.
Yeah. That's cool.
And
Uh,
then I guess the green is actually some multi-surface folk art,
yeah. People can say what they want
rainbow
about
green.
those kind of colors, but like sometimes, like my favorite red is like this one. It's called like apple barrel paints. It's like this cheapy paint, but it's just
Yeah,
like it's great. I'm like, I will
it
try
works.
any paint, for
Yeah,
if it doesn't work, I won't try it again. If it works, hey, I found a
I have
hidden
some of like
treasure.
the air like Iwata
Yeah.
colors. I here's some deco art just because the teal's a good color.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I really
Experiment.
bounce around, but my favorite medium, if I had to choose that isn't related to color specific, is definitely the golden. It goes on the best.
That's cool. Yeah, I have some colors of theirs that I really like. Justin said he'll send you a message on Instagram
Okay, that
to
works.
talk about payment, and then PDZL 1000. Paul is asking where on the West Coast. I want to give you the option to answer that. How you'd like to answer it.
Oh, you can find all that information. I dox myself everywhere. I live in Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
So I live in Portland, Oregon.
There you go. Funko Fanatic Freak. Yeah, you about missed out. We got about 5 minutes left on the stream, but thanks for popping in. We've just been chatting. I shared progress and some updates on the 6-inch vinyl Kaiju Mame figures, and Bean's been customizing, painting the customizing that she's done
See it better
on
here.
the Scooty figure. Robo. I'm gonna
Robo
say
slime, Robo Scooty.
Killer Robo Slime Scooty, in line with our Killer Robots prompt from the other night on 228 Tuesdays.
It's kind of, yeah. I kind of went full on with the Robo theme and I had to add the whole thing on, and I added a bigger brow on so it didn't, because originally it was just the slime coming off the face,
Yeah,
and then I drew that thing, what was it, 2 days ago, and
yeah,
I had the slime peeking out of the little hole in the Robo thing. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I could do that to the Scooty. So like last minute this
Oh,
morning, I was
cool.
showing Jason, I was putting like the brow on, and I added the little side panels.
Yeah, I think before you made it chrome, to me that looked like it was oozing out of like a faceplate on like a motorcycle helmet. But then you added the chrome and stuff, and
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, now it looks like a robot head with the slime oozing out of it. That was a
yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah. Before it just kind of looked like it was coming out of the face, like there was a
Yeah,
hole in the skull.
yeah,
But then I added the little brow and the robot stuff, and
yeah.
yeah, it totally changed it.
A chili pepper tail. Is there? Oh, like the burger.
Yeah, like
You
this
still have
one.
that burger was pretty cool. Now that's from Under Our Knives, right? The
Yeah,
base figure.
yeah, and then I added the horns and like the upside down cross and the big butt, and Sabrina came up. No, not Sabrina. Patricia came up with the chili pepper tail.
It looks like a little like a garden gnome.
It is.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
And
Oh yeah, I
then
can
he has
tell.
his.
Ah, that's
So
so
yeah, it's like
cool.
a chili pepper from this direction,
Ah,
and then
that's
it's a little
awesome.
garden gnome from this way.
Very fun. Yeah. Under Our Knives
His
is
name is
another.
Sizzle.
Sizzle is what you
Yeah,
calling that custom?
Yep.
Very cool. If you don't follow Under Our Knives, that's another great account to follow.
Yep.
It does some really great work. It's fun to see. It's fun to see other artists interpret each other's work. Watch, it's like fun for me to see you do these goodies and I think, let's see, you've done a custom kaiju as a gift to me, so I have that on my shelf. And then you've done various Bearlies. What was the for
Yeah.
the Barely a custom show? You had a Bearlator mini bursting out of the chest of a full size vinyl Barely,
Can I
which
tell this the story about the mini that's bursting out of the chest? Is it long enough now?
yeah, go ahead. We've got a couple minutes, so we can run a little bit
Okay.
over.
So that mini is actually the original master that Barely had sent for those molds, and I asked and confirmed, like, hey, if we cast a new one and we have one in reserve, can I use this to put in the custom? And I got approval, and we that is that. So Cutie Back has that figure.
No, I don't think
Who
so.
has
I
that one?
think Damien, what's his name on here? DC Cooper or something like that.
Okay,
I think he ended up picking that up. Maybe Cutie Beck did. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that
I
one.
am
But
not positive, but if they have whoever that was, you do technically have a master from the molds for
yeah,
those Masters of the Universe stuck into the belly of that bear.
yep, that was a
That's a
fun
little
one.
background producer story for you.
There you go. He Man remembers. Damien has it. He probably shook his fist and cursed him just now. Damien. Um, Great. Well, we're getting close to that hour mark, and which means it's about time for me to go join my family for dinner.
Of course.
So I get to leave one family here, and
Go spend time
it's
with the
time
other.
with the other family. So, as always, I appreciate you all hanging out. Let's see who's on. Clint, did you see anybody on to raid this week? I haven't looked yet.
Yeah, sorry I'm not continuing today. I need to do some like house life things, so
No
this is the
worries.
perfect opportunity to just do a short one today and come and bless everyone here in the Barely stream and uh show you guys the custom, I guess, in first dibs. So Justin,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we will now that we know for sure we're gonna do one next week. Uh if you finish it before next week, we'll start posting about it being available here on the stream next week.
Yeah,
So
I should, because I was planning on doing it tonight, but since I destroyed the head and I need time to sand
need
it back
time?
down and redo it,
Oh yeah,
I might as
I
well
feel
do
that.
it off stream and come back and take some nice photos and everything.
Sure.
Because it is, Justin, you'll have to take some. I'll take some photos and post them online of this one because obviously my lighting setup and it being chrome and fresh paint, it's just blowing out all the detail. So, but thank
Awesome.
you all so much. I
Oh
appreciate
yeah.
you letting me crash your stream barely.
Oh yeah. Anytime. Uh, Being reached out, and I'm like, absolutely. I just have to figure out the technology to get it working. I feel like
We got it though.
yeah, we got it. All right. Well, we are gonna raid Jungle Bry, and we've done raided his stream before. It was good times. It says no matches. Why are there no matches? We'll see. Um, hmm. Is that nope? Invalid username. Raid. Yes. I don't know. My shoutouts still haven't been working. But let's see if we can. Ooh, this channel is for mature audiences. Be warned.
Oh no.
It's probably just fart jokes. Anyway, that'd be immature audiences, I guess. But we are going to sign off here and thank you all again. And we will see
See
you
y'all.
next week. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Rest when you need to. Take it easy.
Have a
Bye.
good night. Thank you so much.
All right. And we've rated.